This is Between the Lines, presented by Continental Diamond. I'm Tatum Everett. This is Ben Leber, and we are here at Detroit's Ford Field Stadium, where the Vikings fell 31-9. They are now the number 5 seed in the NFC. They win a wild card berth because they obviously clinched beforehand. However, Ben, let's talk a little bit about the game tonight. I felt like the defense came out and made a statement there in the first half. What did you think of their efforts?
Oh, the defense was outstanding. I mean, I don't look at this loss now, halfway through the third quarter after a long drive, they kind of wore us down a little bit. They got the run game going. They were checking the ball down, getting some chunks on us in the passing game. But that was expected. We knew that this was a great offense in the Detroit Lions. So I knew that they're going to make some plays. But for about 2.5 quarters, we were definitely the better of the two. And I thought our defense played really well. Our defense, I'll just sum it up in a nutshell, played winning football.
Okay.
They played winning football. Offense did not step up.
And when you mean that from the offensive side of things, Kevin O'Connell mentioned in his press conference right off the bat that he felt like what the Lions did took away what they do consistently well, and they weren't able to do that consistently.
Yeah.
What did you make of that comment, I guess?
Well, it's interesting because, on some of the misses that Sam had in the first half, the plays were there. The design concept and all this stuff against whatever coverage that they were throwing at us, it seemed like KOC had a good beat on it. He was kind of seeing it clearly. It just the execution wasn't there from the quarterback, and not really sure what that was all about.
Right.
We haven't seen him play like that all season long. It looked like for the most part, offensive line was giving him protection. He was getting the time that he needed. He was able to scan the field, but yet when he went to go throw it, things were just off. He wasn't as precise as he's been all season long.
Yeah.
So, it's tough because I know that KOC wants to take a lot of the responsibility on himself because he's the head coach. But when you look at the play design was there. We just have to have the players execute.
I heard on the radio broadcast you mentioned Sam's feet looked jittery at some point. What do you mean by that?
Well, we've seen him, play with this calm urgency all season long. When he's in the pocket, he only needs to move his feet when he needs to move his feet. And whether it's going through his progressions or whether he's feeling pressure, I just thought at times he had a clean pocket, but you almost see him like just pitter-pat his feet around. And he was not quite sure where to go with the football, what guy was going to be open. You could tell that he was trying to throw guys open. You could tell that he was trying to anticipate. It's just the coverage was too strong, and he just wasn't seeing it clearly.
That's right. He was 18 of 41 for 166 yards and a 55.5 passer rating, which is really what we're not used to seeing from Sam Darnold. Now, the Vikings do finish the season 14-3. It is the winningest wild card seed ever to not win their division. But up next, they take on a Rams team. And it's really funny, Ben. I feel like the last time we played the Lions, I feel like we played LA next as well.
That's right. Yes.
It was not a good time for us. How can we right the ship and make sure that we learn the lessons from tonight?
Well, I mean, definitely I have faith with everybody in the locker room and organization, to get this thing figured out, and they're going to have a little bit more time. They're playing on Monday night. They get an extra day to process everything that happened tonight, which is different than what happened, during the regular season early on. We had a short week, had to jump on a plane, go to LA after being playing the Lions, and so the circumstances are going to be much different. So I have total confidence that we're going to be prepared. It's just psychologically. Can they get over the fact that they played a tough game tonight, things did not go their way, understand that they're going to be playing another team that's going to have a little something, a little extra wrinkle, a little different flavor. They're going to probably see some things that they haven't seen all season long. So can they be prepared for that, and can they execute when they see that? When
you spoke to the players after the game, who did you talk to, and what were they saying about that psychology and what they need to do next?
Well, I talked to Harrison Smith just about that, and he's like, look, we've been in these situations before. I'm not worried about it. He understands that it's going to be a challenge to sort of bounce back, but he's like, look, there are still a lot of good things that happened. As every game, no matter what the score is, there are still some good things that happen, especially defensively, like we mentioned, for 2.5 quarters. So I think from his standpoint, he actually had a smile on his face. He's like, look, I don't like this loss. I understand what the loss means, but I also understand the people in this room, and I understand the staff that we have. And so he's like, I have no doubt that we're going to bounce back in the right way.
They have an opportunity ahead. And when Kevin O'Connell spoke about that, he said this locker room is already ready to go. Ben, you may not know this. I'm not sure if you saw this in the broadcast, but Dan Campbell walked up to KOC and said, see you in 2 weeks.
I hope that's the case.
I hope that's the case as well. So again, the Vikings play at LA in the wild card game. It is Monday Night Football. It'll be at 7 p.m. Central on January 13th. So, I mean, yes, tonight was tough. The Vikings season continues to roll on as we now try and make a deep postseason run.